So my next project on this car is looking at getting this mk4 coolant bottle fitted. I'm going to have to make a custom bracket for it to fit on. I've started to draw out a little bit of a design based on one that I've seen online, which is currently out of stock, and you can only get it from America, which is quite expensive. I think it's just as much for postage as it is the actual item, so I thought I would have a go at making my own to start with. But this is how far I've got so far, and then I'll be looking at how we're going to get it fitted in the car. So I'm back working on the car again today. Today I have been looking at making a bracket for my mk4 Golf coolant bottle. I made my template last week. And today I've cut it out. It fits on here quite nicely. My next job is to put a bend on it. This is where I've got to now with the bracket. I've put a fold on the actual bracket itself, and I've drilled the holes in the bracket for the bolts. It's just temporarily bolted onto there. My next job on this bracket is to look at welding a tab on the top of here for the second bolt on the car. One will go in here, down here, and one will go up here. So this is where I'm at now with this bracket. I've cut this tab out and I've tacked it on. So I'm just looking at where this bottle's going to fit on the car. I've put a string line across it, and I have shut the bonnet up and down a few times to work out where it needs to go. I'm pretty happy with the height of this. More concerned with the height at the moment, because when it moves over it will be fine as long as the height's fine. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the height of this, where it is. I've done a little mark to the center of the bolt on there, so now I need to work out the distance between each bolt and where to put the holes in the bracket, and then give it a little test. So I've just been looking at this bracket, and I'd quite like to get the coolant bottle as close to the wing as possible. So what I think I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to weld a plate onto the side of the actual bracket, like that. Well, not like that, but without the gap, just so I can get this coolant bottle to shift over a bit more. So I'm going to go ahead now and look at getting a plate welded onto the side of the bracket. Right, so this is where I am at with the bracket now. I've welded the extension tab on it, and I have drilled the holes and fit it on there. I've got it quite close to the wing, as close as I can. Pretty happy with it. I'm just going to pull the bonnet down and see what the clearance is like. As you can see, there's a decent amount of clearance on the coolant tank and the bonnet. The bonnet only needs pulling down a tiny little bit more, so I'm pretty happy with the amount of clearance that we have. This is where I'm at now. I've made this little bracket here that goes into the support leg at the bottom of the tank, and welded that all in. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It all fits in the car with no clearance issues. My next job is to weld the studs in and then clean it up and paint it. I'm back at the car again today. Today we're going to be looking at fitting a mk4 coolant bottle onto the Corrado using the custom bracket that I made for this coolant bottle. This is how the coolant bottle is all looking now on the bracket in the car. I've got a couple of jobs left to do with this coolant bottle before it's finished. Obviously, coolant pipes need to get connected, but I will be buying some blue silicone hoses for that, so all of that's going to be getting changed, so that's going to be left for now. Also, I need to wire it in, but I'm also relocating the windscreen washer bottle down there, so when I do the wiring for that, I'll do this at the same time.